Legends tell the tale of a blind man so skilled that his performance could even make the ghosts and demons cry out of appreciation. He was a biwa master who lived in a Buddhist temple and was known far and wide for his skill at performing the tale of the Hoichi, particularly his rendition of the Battle of Dan no Ura. One night, a samurai came to visit him under the orders of his lord. He was sent there to fetch the blind biwa master, asking him to perform for his lord. Receiving such requests wasn't new to Hoichi, so he agreed to tag along, and the samurai led him to the place where his lord and court were gathered. Though Hoichi was blind, he could sense that a large number of people were there in attendance, who all came to see the performance of a skilled blind man. Hoichi patiently waited for the instructions until a voice commanded him to play the Battle of Dan no Ura, a performance he was well known for. So with confidence, Hoichi started playing and was surprised at the dramatic reaction he got from the audience. At the end of his performance, when he told of the defeat of the young emperor, everyone in attendance started weeping. And that was unlike any response he received from his audience before. The Lord personally praised his skill, asking him to return again the following night and perform for the court. He then asked the samurai to escort the blind man back to his temple. When they reached their destination, the samurai commanded Hoichi to tell no one about what had happened, with a promise that he would return the following night. Hoichi agreed. After all, nothing ignites the passion of an artist more than performing for an audience that values their art and cherishes their performance. The next night, the samurai returned, and once again he took the blind man to his lord, where he moved the audience to tears with his performance. It continued for many nights, until a high priest at the temple took notice of Hoichi's disappearance. He saw that Hoichi would leave at night and would not return until morning. He confronted Hoichi, asking him about it, but he refused to tell, as he was under strict instructions not to speak of the events to anyone. Worried about young Hoichi and with no choice left, the priest ordered his servants to follow Hoichi when he left at night. And what they saw completely horrified them. They saw Hoichi walking into an old Hoichi family graveyard. He would sit before the grave of the young emperor and passionately played his biwa. During his performance, the servants witnessed orbs of fire emerging from the graves, slowly materializing into ghostly figures who would gather around the young biwa master and start weeping as he performed. The next morning, when Hoichi returned to the temple, the priest told him about the grave danger he was in. He told Hoichi that all these nights that he vanished from the temple, he had been performing for no lord or his court, but the vengeful spirits who had perished at the Battle of Dan no Ura. He told him that they would never leave him alone and would eventually take his soul to perform for them for eternity. Terrified, Hoichi told the priest about the samurai who came to fetch him every night, and said that he would return tonight as well. The priest told him not to worry and painted incantations all over his body. All Hoichi has to do is stay silent and not make any noise when the ghost of the samurai comes to fetch him at night. If he remains silent, the incantations would make him invisible to the vengeful spirit, leaving him no choice but to return empty-handed. The priest said that they should continue this practice for as many nights as they can, until the spirit gives up and stops returning for Hoichi on its own. That was the only way to save his life. With no choice, Hoichi agreed. After all, he had no one else to blame but himself for the mess he got himself in. As promised, the samurai returned that night and called out to Hoichi. But as instructed, Hoichi remained silent. The ghost called out again and again, but the young biwa master didn't respond. Frustrated, the samurai said, "Why do you not answer? I see your biwa, so I know you are here. Then why won't you respond like you usually would? Don't you remember our agreement?" Hoichi could hear the samurai searching his room for him. No matter how terrified he was, he maintained his composure and did not make any sound to give away his presence. But then he heard something strange. "Ah, now I see why you do not answer. Your mouth and your body have been taken away. Only your ears remain. Well then, you leave me no choice but to take those ears to my lord. They will serve as proof that I did everything I could. But this is all of you that I could fetch." The vengeful spirit of the samurai took hold of Hoichi's ears and tore them right off his body. Hoichi stuffed his mouth with a cloth in a desperate attempt to stop himself from making any noise. Even though he was in excruciating pain, he did not cry out, as he knew it was the only way he could survive. Eventually, he fainted because of the pain, and the ghost of the samurai left, taking his ears with him. The temple servants found Hoichi and tended to his wound. Even though he had lost a lot of blood, they somehow managed to save his life. At first, the high priest struggled to understand what had happened, but then he realized his mistake. He had painted the incantations all over Hoichi's body, except for on his ears. That's the reason why they remained visible to the samurai. Ashamed, he apologized to Hoichi while tending to his wounds. But the biwa master said that he doesn't hold any grudge against him. After all, it was because of him he could escape the ghost and is alive to see another day.